There's a hidden reason why people are aging a lot faster than they should be, and this is really important. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not concerned about aging until they start to age. At any age, you need to know this. If we have too much iron, we do not live as long, and it's related to iron deficiency anemia. If most of us are deficient in iron and we get it in the diet, obviously that should improve it to some degree, right? On the flip side, we're accumulating more and more iron. There's an incredible paper by Professor Bruce Amos, which talks about some research he did in identifying old tissue versus younger tissue as it relates to iron. We have all sorts of amazing systems in the body to protect us against iron. Iron rusts out our organs. If you took something called hydrogen peroxide, which you probably have in your medicine chest, and put it in an open wound, you'd see it bubbling up as it kills bacteria. Now think about adding hydrogen peroxide to iron. It's going to be severely reactive. That creates a lot of damage within your cells, including the DNA, the membrane, and the mitochondria. I'm not drinking hydrogen peroxide, so how would that be a problem? Your body makes hydrogen peroxide. Not to mention, our immune system uses hydrogen peroxide to kill microbes, but if that system breaks down, all hell breaks loose. What happens with anemic kids is they often have something called dysfunctional iron, where iron is locked up to the point it's not available to the red blood cells. So they become anemic, yet at the same time, they might have too much iron. Here we are adding all this iron to the food supply and wondering why it doesn't work. It may even be making things worse. Too much iron will really put you at risk for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, and heart disease because iron can create a lot of oxidative stress. Too much oxidation without having the buffer, which is the antioxidant network, can cause problems. You can get antioxidants from food and supplements, but your body makes antioxidants, and that's way more important than getting them from food. A lot of people also have chronic infections that cause inflammation. On top of that, as we age, we naturally accumulate more iron. About 70% of all your iron is stored in the hemoglobin in your blood, which helps you carry oxygen. You can think of this as a large bowl storing iron. Then you have ferritin, which is like a small teacup, about 10%. Ferritin is supposed to be inside your tissues, where it protects you against free iron and controls its release. When you see high levels of ferritin in the blood, it indicates recycling of red blood cells every 120 days to create new ones. Your body has an efficient iron recycling system with various mechanisms and proteins involved in transporting and protecting iron because it can be very reactive. Another issue is that your body doesn't want too much free iron, as certain pathogens and microbes can eat iron. Infections love iron and will steal it for fuel, so the body tends to hold and keep it in a safe place. Dysfunctional iron leads to poor red blood cells that can't get the iron they need, even though there's too much iron in the tissues. Unfortunately, iron also increases cancer growth. Many people feel much better after donating blood, which is a strong indication of having too much iron. However, if you don't fix the underlying cause, donating blood is just a temporary solution. What's the underlying cause? Copper plays a key role. It's a very important trace mineral. If you have too much iron and not enough copper, it's a big problem. But before taking copper supplements, I recommend limiting your exposure to iron. Never take any supplement with iron. Iron is commonly found in flour products, grains, and refined carbohydrates. Foods high in copper include shellfish, organ meats like beef liver, sunflower seeds, and dark chocolate. Just avoid chocolate with a lot of sugar. To ensure your body produces enough antioxidants to counter oxidative stress, consider a personal example. I recently discovered through a metabolomic test that I had high levels of oxidative stress. Upon investigating, I realized it was due to excessive exercise. Exercise produces a lot of oxidative stress, as well as hydrogen peroxide. To counter that, I increased my glutamine intake, an amino acid found in red meat. Other factors that increase oxidative stress include alcohol, smoking, pollution, and junk foods. When we think of antioxidants, most people focus on vitamin C and vitamin E, which are important. But your own antioxidant networks rely heavily on protein. This is why consuming enough protein as you age is crucial. Vegans, for example, often face challenges getting quality protein. A friend of mine, a foot surgeon, noticed that muscles in some patients looked gray, not pink or red, likely due to anemia. The problem with vegan diets is the lack of heme iron, which only comes from animal products like meat. It's not impossible to be vegan, but it's more difficult. Trace minerals like copper, zinc, manganese, magnesium, and selenium also help build your antioxidant defenses. Foods like shellfish, seafood, and dark chocolate are great sources.
To remove excess iron from your tissues, you can try quercetin found in onions, curcumin from turmeric, and increasing melatonin. Infrared light, which makes up over 50% of the sun's rays, is one of the best ways to boost melatonin levels. Black tea, which contains tannins, is also helpful. The most powerful chelator for iron is lactoferrin, found in raw milk and raw milk cheese, or as a supplement. When getting a blood test, make sure it includes ferritin levels. You want that number as close to 0 as possible. I hope this information helps you take the necessary action steps. If this information feels like a wake-up call, that's because it is. Iron overload is a silent epidemic, but with the right steps, you can take back control of your health. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, make sure to share it with them. Let me know in the comments what steps you're planning to take to tackle this hidden health risk, and feel free to ask any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.